Good morning, fellow option traders. This is Jeff, and welcome to the daily scan for Wednesday, August 20th, 2014. All right, yesterday CPI here came in at, I think, 0.1 or something like that. So that was a good number, but, they mess around with that thing so much, I think it's pretty much meaningless. We all know whether houses or prices are going up or not. And the housing starts actually came in better, even above the range that they were looking for. And then today we have the petroleum status report at 10:30, and at 2 o'clock the Fed's meeting minutes, which should be interesting. And kind of a busy day Friday, but we'll wait for that one to come. Across the ponds, we have mixed in Asia and Europe, pretty much mostly to the bearish side, and I believe it's because of the equivalent to the Federal Reserve over in Europe. There's some disagreement over there about exactly when rates should rise and when they shouldn't. So anyway, that's that. Now let's jump over and take a look at the futures here. Looks like we might open down a tad. Whether this trend will continue or not, we'll see. Gold is down to $12.95. Actually, from yesterday morning, about maybe $5 or $6. Dollars, I should say. And oil is at 93.17, up 31 cents overnight, but down, I believe, a tad from what it was yesterday morning. Okay, didn't do a dang thing yesterday. Just waiting actually for entries on a lot of stuff. And just for fun, since we're waiting for entries, we could just mix things up a little bit here and throw a chart right here and start with that and say, okay, here we go with the A+ scan. This is pretty much exactly what I did yesterday at 3:30 when I was looking to see if anything was going to give me a entry signal, and actually Visa did, but I didn't like what I was looking at for prices on it, and there was no way that I was going to do a 50 delta, so I didn't do anything on Visa. But the nice thing about doing it this way is once you highlight the item you want to look at on your chart over here in the same window, all you need is a down arrow like this, and you can check it out. Okay, so let's go back up and take a look at Apple. Apple, we're still waiting for an entry here. Oops, there. See, here's the thing. For like a year now, my touchpad on my laptop was not working. And all of a sudden it starts working. So I keep bumping it all the time because my hands got lazy. Now I have to teach my hands to stay away from the touchpad, because even though it does work, the toggle switch for turning it on and off still doesn't work. I don't know, these stupid things. There's so much stuff going on, and I've spent days, literally more than a day, trying to figure out how to get it to work when it wasn't working, and nothing worked. So it just starts working all by itself, but only halfway. It's just too weird. But anyway, here's Apple. Nothing going on there. Still waiting for an entry down here. Okay, now I lost my highlight over here. There. All right, now it's got to look like that in order to work with the down arrow. All right, now we're at Amazon. Amazon, waiting for an entry on it. BIDU, we are in setup territory, but we have been for a couple of days. and it just hasn't given us an entry on the bull put side. I'll put it on the list for today, but this is the last day it's going to go on there. So if it doesn't do anything today, we're going to maybe reverse our opinion on BIDU and say, this little run is over, and the gap, this gap between here and here, is probably going to be filled. Chipotle, waiting for an entry on it. The same story, looks very similar to BIDU, except on the bull put side rather than on the bear call. No, actually it was a bull put also on BIDU. I'm sorry, didn't mean to confuse you. We're looking here. Well, we have a target set, and we'll just move this over a little bit so it looks a tad more realistic. Definitely not 50 delta material. This range here is just way too small. IV percentile is at 3%. It's just nothing going on there. Look at Costco's at 0. Alright, so next Costco, let's take a look at it. Yep, we're looking for an entry on Costco for a 20 delta as well. DJX, Dow had a nice day yesterday. The whole market had kind of a nice day. I don't know what else I can say. Alright, let's take a look at, come on, down arrow, there we go, gold. Mix them up any way you want. Gold is maybe kind of trending down a tad. Just not really seeing any plays on that at all. Google is doing very well. We're waiting for an entry. LinkedIn. LinkedIn seems to be maybe have hit a top, but it's coming down into our target. Doesn't mean it won't continue. So if it gets there and behaves correctly, there's a good chance we might get in with a 50 delta on it. NASDAQ, NDX, NASDAQ 100, waiting for an entry. Netflix, pretty much same story, waiting for an entry. Priceline, yeah, this was this little pretend play that we threw on there. Doesn't look like it's going to work out. Not looking very good right now. What do I want to do on a Priceline? Well, I had determined that I wasn't going to do anything, so we have a simulated trade sitting out there right now. Just waiting to see if it's going to work out. Just not comfortable doing anything with Priceline at this time. The Russell 2000 Index, cash index, waiting for an entry. And the S&P 500 cash index. This is those white lines up here. These are simulated trade that I did, an iron condor. And hopefully we have a little bit of a pullback today. As it matures a little bit more, we'll see. Where are the dates on that? What was that? That was August 4. So that's actually this Friday. So who knows? This might just work out if we get a little bit of a pullback today. This is what it looks like right now. This is the current price. It's down $78, but if we get a little bit of a pullback today, well, IV is going to increase, so it's going to push the white line down just a tad, but if we get a pullback today and maybe tomorrow, who knows? We'll see what Auntie Ellen says this afternoon. But this is what it looks like right now. So for a directional trade, we're looking at an entry down here sometime. All right, Tesla. Tesla is in setup. TSLA in setup. Okay, I just made a note of that for a bull put. So finally we got one that's in setup for a 50 Delta. Visa made its little hook here, was not comfortable doing anything on it. So in reality now this white target needs to be moved down here. I prefer these to come all the way down further cycles, but a half a cycle valid is good enough for me. Okay, so that's how easy it is once you set everything up to actually go through and take a look in the morning and in the afternoon to see if there's anything happening for us. And there just is not anything happening right now, so we're not going to try to force some stuff. We'll play with a few things here and there, but we're not going to force anything at this time. So that keeps the video short. I don't have anything else to talk about this morning. I have to kind of get moving early because I have an early appointment. So no, it's not an appointment when you think like a doctor. I'm okay. Don't worry about it. It's just it's a sort of a business appointment, I guess you might say. Okay, so that's it for today. Have a great day. Thanks for watching, and happy trading.